So I've decided to go what I believe to be the easier route, which is modifying the electric bike wind turbine frame and putting the wider shaft off the smart drive wind turbine onto that, which of course means I shall have to get a tail designed for it. Let's just look at the front end. These are the two holes that the blade hub lines up to. And of course this gear lines up with the bike hub gear wheel. I would like to get a smaller wheel for that. That's on the cards. One thing I have to do is I have to make these holes a little bit wider, because these are a bigger bearing, taking a 25mm shaft. So that's one job I have to do. I'm going to try doing it with a step drill bit, as that's easiest. I think what I need to do, I need to put a plate on the very back, which this bit, you see they're clamped on. So a plate will go over this bit and that will be better, I believe. It looks kind of meaty with that electric bike motor in there, methinks. And that's the 28 tooth hub to the 20 tooth hub on the bike motor. Sweet! You will notice the bolt is coming out of the front now. That was different from how we were running it before, but I just prefer the gear assembly to be closer to the centre of the tower, if that makes sense, rather than further out there. So yeah, this is coming along. So I just got to drill those holes, install a second plate, fourth plate, and do the bish bosh. So I've drilled the holes and I've just got it set up with that former rusty metal plate, and that will enable me, I think, to run the blades at the back if I want. This is the end the blade hubs go on. That's the front end. If there's not enough clearance to the guide wires, that's going to be the biggest problem. What I've done, I've gotten rid of any empty space in here to tighten that up a bit, which has brought the angle down a couple of degrees, because obviously it pokes up into the air, which is why that is at a slight angle. But yeah, it feels good. So I wanted to try the blades on the back because of the immense amount of weight disparity. What if I had the blades and the motor on the front and then just a tail on the back? I still don't know yet if I'm going to stick with the existing length of the tower or run it how I had it before by removing everything above this. So all that, including those 4 guide wires and the bit we added on, would go, and the turbine would just sit on here. But if you think about it coming off the back there, I don't know if there's enough clearance for the blades if they do go on the back. But that's what I'm doing, so we shall see, won't we? And that's those bits off the tower. And it's all short again, but not a very dramatic process. I just got to pull the wire back through, and I'm just going to try and set it up with the blade assembly on the back for the minute to see if it'll actually work. So I've got the bearing set up on the plate, and now I need to weld the plate. The bearings will be able to be removed, so the back of the assembly now, instead of having that empty space it had there, will now hold the rear bearing, which should make the whole assembly better. Yeah, sweet. I'm excited to try this. So, next step, I have to weld the plate on the back, to weld that plate on in a bizzle. So that's all welded on quite nicely. It just took 15 seconds with the stick welder. That's an early little puddle, look at that. Sweet! So now it looks like this. Which I think is pretty wicked. So this is how it looks for now, and I'm going to attempt to put the blades on the back there. So that's all the hard work done, really. It'll just need a bit of playing with to set it up, but just to reiterate, this is the shaft that I used on the Smart Drive jobby with the better gear cog, and obviously this shaft we can put the bigger blades on, which will go here. In fact, let's go get them now. So that was to have been the plan, which I would have loved to have seen, but alas, upon offering up the blade, which will come down here and strike this, I can't exactly show you at the moment because I don't have another pair of hands, but yeah, that was to be the idea. This would have been the back of the turbine. There you can see the large amount of clearance, but it's not enough. And you'll see with this, the only thing I can do maybe is weld some more lugs on, but then that's another big jobby. Yeah, but that's a shame. I don't think they're going to work on the back. That's what it would have been like. Pretty beastly. Sweet. Well, anyway, that's where we are at the moment. So if I can't get the blades to work on the back, which I don't think I can, then it's no big deal. I flip the shaft around, but then I have to put some kind of a tail on it. So, but anyway, that's the progress for now. Peace.